Our goal here is to deal with the broader issue of economic growth. We believe that we have a good plan to go forward with that.
What we propose is the following. If a family or an individual buys and occupies a vacant house that was permitted and built prior to September 1st of last year and never sold, a foreclosed upon house that's been adjudicated and is standing vacant and was previously owner-occupied, or a owner-occupied house that is pending foreclosure, any one of those three category houses, which are the ones where we have the crisis, they get a $5,000 a year tax credit for the first 3 years as long as they own it and they occupy it.
First, as Republicans, we support helping families suffering now with $10 billion to refinance distressed subprime mortgages. Our proposal would authorize state housing finance agencies to issue up to $10 billion in tax-exempt bonds and use the proceeds to help homeowners refinance subprime mortgages.
Congress not only has a responsibility to look at problems that are near, but while we're doing them, we want to make sure that we maintain an economic system that keeps America viable, economically strong, well into the future. And that's what our tax bill deals with. This tax bill deals with tax relief for entrepreneurs so that we can create jobs. It's going to foster economic growth. It's going to include tax relief for individuals and families. Letting people keep more of their hard-earned money can do wonders for the economy.
I'm focusing on a series of reforms that will deal with our capital markets. This is not just an issue for Wall Street. It's an issue for Main Street across America. The things we're talking about trying to bring forward here for consideration on the floor would allow our capital markets to succeed against global competitors. We've got to make our regulators strong and innovative.
We need to fix our broken litigation system. And one of the parts of our legislation will go a long way toward doing that. We're going to have litigation protection for small businesses. We're going to have a provision that prevents outrageous attorney's fees, where courts have to review the fees awarded. To prevent frivolous litigation, for those of you who know the law, when a case is dismissed at an early stage, there is generally a presumption that the case didn't have a good merit to begin with.
So another aspect of the tort reform issues that Senator Kyle talked about are specifically in the context that most people can identify with. That is rising health care costs and the limitation that rising costs impose on their access to health care. If we were to act here as we did in Texas in 2003, we'd see a dramatic reduction in the cost of health care, more people getting access to doctors, and it would be one of the best economic stimuluses we could possibly pass.
So Republicans are on the offensive. We want to fully participate in the housing debate. We're ready with a whole raft of ideas. The Isaacson proposal is a tax credit for homeowners, which would get homeowners back into the market. The other senators have talked about lower taxes and more vibrant capital markets and tort reform. All of that is part of the kind of pro-growth economic plan that will stimulate the housing market and restore family incomes to the level they need to be.